Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of the SharpSHOOTers. As always, we're your hosts, Danny and Juice. How you doing tonight, Juice?
I am doing wonderfully on this Thursday evening.
The fuck is
How
happening
about
with you?
you, Danny? Sorry, I'm on dial up. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It was a crazy week in wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed a lot of it, actually, and some stuff I didn't enjoy, but we'll talk about it in a little bit. If you've never been here on Thursday, this is our last point standing. This is when we talk about this week in wrestling, talk about AEW, WWE, make some predictions if we have any to make, not this week. And then, yeah, we talk about stuff. But before that, a little housekeeping.
Beeping.
Even though we couldn't hear them before because we had some Spotify issues, thank you to Accept the Win for being the official band of the Oh my God, official band of the
Wow.
podcast. You hear them
Where are you?
before, after, and during the show usually. So thank you guys, Accept the Win. Please go on their YouTube, check out their music videos, all their good stuff, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Speaking of subscriptions, if you could please give us a subscription right down below, give us a nice sub. We're at 3 out of 10. We need to be at 10 out of 10. Free for you. Helps us out if you have Amazon Prime, all the instruction on the side. If you don't have Amazon Prime but you want to be generous around these nice holidays, we'll also take that sub, so that'd be really nice. Thank you so much. Killer Tomato says, if you had to pick an actual juice, what would you be?
That's
I
an
like
excellent
orange
question,
juice.
Tom. It's an excellent question. Let me think about this.
Ooh,
Hmm.
mango juice. I'm going to pick mango juice.
Mango Madness would be pretty dope. I mean, fruit punch is the easy answer. Um, Apple juice is pretty solid
You know,
too.
though, depending on the fruit punch, you get a weird aftertaste. So fruit punch is not always, like, a great choice.
Yeah. You know what? Let's do a ranking right now. Let's get them all on the board. Put them up. We'll do a live. Put
we'll
'em all.
do that next week. We weren't prepared for
Um,
a ranking tonight. I'm sorry.
yeah, and we definitely need to get you into promo class, Danny. We got to get you to slow down your words.
You know what it is, man? Sometimes I just get excited. I've had a really weird day today. My brain's scattered. It's going to be an interesting night. I just finished cooking
All
like
right.
10 minutes ago. I didn't even eat everything fully. It's just been a weird day for me.
Ooh, what'd you have for dinner?
I made a nice little roasted tomato soup. It's pretty good. Still having it over
Roasted
here.
tomato soup. Did you grow the tomatoes in your backyard?
Unfortunately, not yet. We're
Wow.
not that fancy.
Wow. All right, give it time.
Thank you.
Not bad, not bad. I'm
All
glad you
right,
enjoyed it.
so tonight is our last point. Standy, no grilled cheese. No, I made some bread though and toasted some nice brown bread that goes
Ah,
really nice with the soup. So
you
that's
got
all
it. You
right.
got to you got to do the grilled cheese with the soup,
I,
Danny.
I'm doing a cheesy Friendsgiving, so I think I'm gonna take it on. Take a little hold on the cheese here. Tomato Soup Jones over here. Thank you. I'll take that. All right. So
And
tonight's our last point standing. We're going to talk about WWE, AEW. Let me get that set up for us. Oh, studio mode. There we go. And Pachow. All right. So we try to keep it under 3 minutes. Sometimes we go longer. It depends on the topic. We always start with WWE. So 3 minutes on the clock. Juice. Aleister Black.
oh man. So, yeah, let's start with SmackDown. The first thing I wanted to bring up here, we had Aleister Black coming out and getting involved with Cody, and it looks like I believe they had a non-title match on this evening,
Yes, sir.
and I think it was a no contest because Drew came out,
Yes, sir.
and we'll get to more Drew stuff later on. But my question for you is, does this feel like it's just a one-off, one-night thing, or do we think there's legs to this Aleister Black being involved and perhaps even elevated to the main event scene?
So I want to say it's the latter. I want to say that after the Damian Priest feud, they brought him back for a reason. Cody has nothing, Cody just finished the whole Drew McIntyre thing, so he needs a new opponent. Aleister Black's really good, setup for that. They have some history. But then, quick little spoiler we'll talk about later, but we go over to Raw. Cody Rhodes on Raw. Cody Rhodes now part of something else for Survivor Series. So even if there's an Aleister Black feud brewing there, that gets put on hold for at least a month while he does this whole War Games thing. And then you got to rebuild it after that. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a one-off that they're planting seeds for later. But I'm not sure. No man is ever truly good.
You gotta say it. Come on, you gotta do it like the theme song. Come on, Danny.
Oh, I'm not gonna do it like the theme song. You could do it like the theme song. I'm all right.
No man is ever truly good.
Yeah, there's no way I could get.
No man is ever truly evil. Come on now.
But no, I hope so. I hope it's gonna be a nice 2 month feud because you gotta imagine whatever is happening on Raw isn't gonna really come over to SmackDown because it hasn't yet. So maybe it all kind of stays on Raw and does something separate on SmackDown. But I don't know.
So, Kill Tomato says the entrance would slap at WrestleMania. Just saying, that makes me think. I mean, I think he had that entrance at WrestleMania 35. So I think he fought in the tag title match, but I don't know if he did that entrance. He might have done something different.
They haven't given him
recall.
like a cool on his own like.
No, but I'm just saying his entrance though. I think he might have done it at a Mania. Is all I'm getting to.
I agree.
But yes, I agree with you, Kill Tomato. I don't know. My gut says this is just a one night thing. I don't think it's going to be anything substantial for a month or two. It'd be nice, but it's just funny to me how much this is just clearly just Cross and like Scarlett when you look at the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they feel that they're doing out Cross and Scarlett with Zelina and Black, but so whatever. I mean, they are the better talents, but it's just amusing to me.
We'll see though. I hope that it is something long term, but who knows? Yeah. It's not like he's gonna win the belts anyway, even if it is long term.
You know what? It would be cool.
It would be
great.
They
actually did something different, but God forbid anybody outside the same 4 people are in the main event scene for the men or the women.
Never.
I digress. All right, since the bell rang, it's time to go to our next period.
Yes. Sir. Oh no!
Next up,
hold on.
Yeah,
damn it.
Maybe once we'll get it.
Shut up. All right, go.
Okay. Next up, we have Lash Legend.
I hate this.
From NXT, finally showing up and making her main roster debut. It looks like on SmackDown. And it appears she is siding with Nia Jax. So I honestly forget who I read about it. I forget who she even came out and attacked. But yeah, it's Lash Legend on the main roster with Nia Jax. What are your thoughts?
I don't like it. I don't think she's good. I think she'd be like a better maybe bodyguard or something. But then you pair her up with someone who also I don't think is good. So this is just 2 big women who can't wrestle, in my opinion. On Monday, they attacked the former women's champion. I'm sorry, at that point, and like just the moves they were going through, like with the exception of 1 or 2 punches, Lash Legend looked terrible. Like, I'm sorry, the clothesline looked bad. She couldn't really move. Like she was moving awkwardly around everyone. It just didn't look good. She's not going to get good mentorship from Nia. She's not going to get better from Nia. So I don't like the pairing. I don't understand it. I also, we'll talk about it later, I just don't understand what the point of Monday was either for them feud-wise. I think they screwed themselves, it looks like, but we'll get to that when we talk about the women's tag titles.
Yes. So, chat, also, what are your thoughts? Do any of you have any thoughts on Lash Legend debuting? Have you seen any of her stuff prior to the main event call-up? I know she probably had a few matches on SmackDown prior, I think, for the tag titles, but I don't really know if that was true or not. I saw some of her stuff early on. Granted, I haven't seen anything recently, but like when I first saw her, she looked awful. She looks like she does not know what she's doing out there. Maybe she's gotten a little bit better, but honestly, based on what you're saying, it seems like she has not.
Yeah.
So I don't really care for this call-up or this pairing. I think this is just not going to work out and not help anybody in the ring with any of them. Dog water. Yeah, woof. Indeed.
Again, I don't even care about the call-up because they do this and, we'll see the talent weed themselves out. The pairing's worse than the call-up, in my opinion. Pairing her with Nia is not going to help her.
Yeah, they're just going for two big women to be powerhouses against the smaller teams, but and not wonderful.
Yeah, exactly.
Next up,
Everlast, thank you. Can you imagine the injuries they can cause together? Says Kirill Tomato, and it's 100% true. Like, even though the punch looks good, she's gonna like fuck it up one day and like really rock someone unexpectedly and like hurt them. It's gonna be terrible. All right, moving on.
All right, next up we have Chelsea Green.
Oh,
which this feels like a fever. This feels like
this week.
That was 2 weeks ago.
That's true.
Um,
We haven't talked about it though.
but this feels like a fever dream because it only happened this past Friday, but it feels like it happened ages ago or maybe didn't even happen. But apparently, Chelsea Green beat Julia in a minute and a half to win the U.S. women's title on SmackDown. And um, yeah, I think she broke the record the day before for the longest reign, and they just did this and gave it back to Chelsea Green, and everyone says this is going to be Julia's like call up to the main event, like the main title scene. I think that's ridiculous. This
Yeah.
sounds like it was just I don't know. A weird call. I don't know what they're really doing with Julia right now. It seems like they're not really giving her the fair shake compared to Stephanie Vaquer over on Raw. So just want to get your thoughts on Chelsea Green winning the title in a minute and a half against Julia. Was
It's
it? She cheated, right?
yeah,
I'm
but
assuming.
it's messed up because Julia's barely been on SmackDown. Like I
Hmm.
forgot for a while that she was the champion. You know what I mean? Like that's messed up.
Yeah.
You can't have this title reign, especially compared to the Raw title reign that's going on. With before Becky was with Lyra. How do you say her name? Lyra.
Ira.
Lyra. Oh man, it's gonna be that kind of night. So sorry, I'm back. So
Okay.
on top of all that, now you give her the short match. Thank you, Kilometer Wars. Kill the short match. You get the outside interference, quick pin. Her reign sucked, and I feel bad for Lyra. Like that's a terrible reign. Good for Chelsea that she's back on, and like she can use her secret Hervis or whatever. That's awesome. But like I
Isn't
wasn't
it? Isn't
crazy
it?
about the call.
Isn't it just one person right now? Isn't Alba still out or Piper's
Yes,
out? Who's
sorry.
out?
Yeah. Sorry.
Who's out? Piper.
Yes, I believe.
Okay. Okay. Um. Yeah, I don't even know if she had any like defenses with the belt, more than like one or two, but she had the belt for like what, 4 months? Like that's yeah. It's very, very bizarre, but you know what? Like just looking at these bullet points and everything going on, like as much as like WWE is WWE, I have to give them credit for the past like few weeks. They've been shaking it up. They've been doing a lot. They're doing things. I feel like there is an effort to make SmackDown better.
Mm-hmm.
May not be things I agree with, but I see them trying to do certain things with moving people around, doing this,
Sorry,
doing that. So
Piper is
I
the one
could
that's hurt also, not Alba. Alba is the one who did the interference. It just hit me.
okay. So yeah, I just give credit where credit's due. While I may not be watching it or care for it, they're doing things. And granted, this could just be the big shuffle, getting things in order for that Mania season is just eh. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of just all right. Everyone's champions now are going to be champions till Mania, but you know what? They're doing stuff.
Yeah,
This is when it's at least like exciting and fun
agreed.
for the viewer. Speaking of, next up we have Drew McIntyre, who I kind of mentioned on SmackDown. He came out and he claymored the referee.
Yeah, that was
I believe
wild.
took him out instead of Cody. Instead of you're either with me or against me, which I'm pretty sure he's done this before, or Owens did it before. This sounds like something that they've used before with a heel, like even going after the referee. Either way,
I think he
and they
went
ended up
after. Yeah, he went after someone, and then he had to apologize. He got fined and stuff.
either Drew's done it before or Owens did it. Sounds familiar, but yeah. So he ended up getting, I believe, suspended was the word they used. I think all
Mm-hmm.
of this suspended him,
Mm-hmm.
and at first they said that they were suspending him because of like not in real life, but well, in real life, it was because he had a movie role going on. But apparently, that's not true. And this is just like a something to put him on ice and cool him off and suspend him for a bit. So, do you have any more insight to that? Any other information that maybe I don't know
No,
behind Drew McIntyre being suspended?
I heard the same thing. I heard the first thing was a movie, and that's what I originally thought. And then, thank you, Tasmanian, for being on a 3-stream streak. Keep it up. We appreciate that.
Oh man, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I heard this. I thought it was because of that too. That only makes sense because you kind of just had him on a break. So putting him on another break just kind of, but that's what they do now, which is annoying too. Like now everyone takes a month off here and there because we try to get them put them consistently on TV, get some matches, build them up, but they come back, they challenge for the belt, they lose, They go away. They come back. They challenge for the belt. They lose. Just rinse and repeat, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Especially for Drew. We
Mm-hmm.
talked about this. If Drew didn't win it, like he's kind of done in the main event scene, in my opinion. Like even if he wins the belt again, it doesn't matter to me. It's kind of done with him.
He's absolutely someone I can see going to AEW when the contract ends. And I think it's sometime next year. I could be wrong on that. Somebody could fact check that and let me know, but I'm pretty sure next year his contract's up. So I could see him going.
Yeah, it's just terrible how they use him.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. He should have won the belt at some point. Ever since he lost the first time, not the first time, but ever since he lost at Clash of the Castle to Roman, Solo debuting.
Yeah.
Like from there, it's like, what are we doing? But
Exactly.
yeah, he had a good feud with Punk, but then they kind of lost their way.
The Rock did give him a sword, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, he gave him the sword though. That should have given him the powers to
King Arthur.
be recognized. He's the chosen 3-2-1, right?
Ridiculous.
Okay, so that's it for SmackDown. Unless you have any other SmackDown thoughts,
No,
we can move on. We can move on to Monday Night Raw live from Austin, Massachusetts. We have Nikki Bella in the heel turn of the century.
Really quick, actually. Sorry. The only thing from SmackDown that I don't know if you saw, which here we go, is already going to feed the speculation, is they announced the next two matches for the John Cena tournament. It's going to be Jey Uso versus The Miz, and then LA Knight is going to face a mystery opponent, and that's supposedly, I guess, going to be someone from outside the company or maybe an NXT guy, but they said mystery opponent, so they're not going to tell us who yet.
Okay, we were going to get to that in a few points, but thank you regardless.
It was on SmackDown. Fair.
John Cena tournament.
Fair.
It's all right. Just read ahead. It's okay. You can cheat. So, next up, in the heel turn of the century, no one saw coming the OMG moment of the year as voted on by you, the fans, at next year's Slammy Awards. Nikki Bella turning on Stephanie Vaquer. Why, Nikki? Why? Oh my God. She's going for the title, folks. This is the real deal now. It's her renaissance in her career. I didn't even see what she did or how she did it. Apparently, she almost tripped when she did the elbow too, which is hysterical.
Yeah, they were like they were doing like the fake celebrate, and then she went to go attack her. It looked like she was about to fall.
Can't even heel turn the right way. She literally almost rolled her ankle.
And then
hysterical.
The worst part, and I know they did it on purpose because it's Boston or whatever, and all the Cena fans are gonna hate her. The entire crowd is just chanting "Cena left you" as she's like leaving the ring. So like, it's not even like they're booing her. They're like talking shit to her. They don't care.
Thank you for that. That was going to be one of my next points. I saw a clip today where Nikki and Brie were doing their little podcast. And Nikki and Brie were talking about like, oh, the fans are being so mean to me, and they were saying some really hurtful things, and blah 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 blah. And in my head, without knowing what they were saying, I was like, you just turned heel. Of course they're gonna boo you and say shit at you. But now I know you're saying things like that.
Yeah, no, they were getting personal because of John Cena.
Yeah. Although I mean, maybe I don't remember the full story, but I feel like she left him. Be honest, but maybe I don't remember that right because I thought she wanted kids and he didn't want kids. That was the whole thing.
Oh, maybe I don't remember.
This is Total Bella's fan over here, but I'm pretty sure that was the hang up. She wanted kids, he didn't want them, and he wouldn't budge on that, so she left. I don't think he left, but whatever.
Not according to the fans in Boston.
Oh well, Total Bella's rewatch podcast. Yeah, I would do that. I would do that in a heartbeat. So, what are your thoughts on the Nikki Bella heel turn?
I couldn't give a shit.
Oh.
I've been saying for weeks how I don't care that she's around. Why is she around? She sucks in the ring. She hasn't gotten better. Now she does a heel turn. I don't care. She's taking a spot away from literally anyone else on the roster. I don't even care if it's Nia Jax. That's how much I hate Nikki Bella. Like, give Nia Jax that spot. Let her be. She's active. She's there. Like it. This is a waste of time.
I agree with you. It is a complete waste of time. I mean, because like if Stephanie, because you assume we're going to get Stephanie versus Nikki now, and you would think Stephanie would win and get the rub beating a legend to put her over. But like after that, then it's like, okay, now what with Nikki? Like, is she just going to go away or just still be a heel fighting other people? It's just, I don't really care for it either.
Yeah, and if she wins, that's even worse.
Yes, I agree.
So
I'd like to think they're not going to go there, but who knows? Because now the word is I don't know if you saw those rumblings that they already have Mania set, and they're either gonna do Stephanie Vaquer versus Rhea or Becky, and it's like there's nobody else that can exist. Like I'd almost rather Nikki win, and we get like Nikki versus someone different. Like it's
right?
always Rhea, it's always Becky. It's the same people in these title matches and the big shows, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
annoying. Like
Yep.
this is why you can't get any new stars. You're only featuring the same 4 or 5 people, and that's it. Annoying, but all right. Next up, another title change. We have the
Crazy.
women's tag titles this past week on Raw. We had the champions, Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, defending against, I believe, Asuka and Kyrie,
Yep.
aka the Kabuki Warriors, and they beat them. I don't know how long the match went. I don't know if it was good. I don't know if they cheated. You can fill in all those blanks for me. What are your thoughts on the Kabuki Warriors winning the women's tag titles?
I always
Let
love
it
when
go.
Asuka shines, so I'm not upset that they won the titles. I also didn't like the Alexa Bliss Charlotte Flair tag team, so I'm glad that they lost the titles. All that I'm fine with. The match was pretty good. They gave them a decent chunk. I think at least 15 minutes, maybe even 20. They gave them a long time with commercial breaks and everything. And then at the end of the match, I believe it was Charlotte Flair who had the figure 8 on, and Alexa and Kyrie was about to hit the elbow to break it up. Alexa catches her, does the Bray Wyatt Sister Abigail DDT, about to tap, and the referee gets pulled out. It's a Lash Legend and Nia Jax, and they attack Charlotte and Alexa, and essentially just leave Charlotte up to get pinned and beaten by the Kabuki Warriors. And then after the match, the 4 of them beat them down, and we'll get into the next point, and then other stuff happened after that. But it didn't make sense to me that Lash Legend and Nia Jax, if you're trying to win the straps and stuff, why are you, and this is the team you're feuding with, why wouldn't you just interfere and cause a disqualification or something? Like, it didn't make sense that you cost them the belts, and now you're teaming with the new tag champs.
Mhm.
Wouldn't you want the tag team championships? I don't get it.
Yeah, that's kind of why I put the points where I put them because like pretty much the tag titles and Lash Legend, they're all just props being used for the sake of War Games. Like I think
Mm-hmm.
Lash Legend was just called up to be a body on War Games.
Mm-hmm.
Tag titles only changed as props to justify moving along the plot of doing a War Games for the women. Um, Obviously, we'll see how the title reign goes, what comes from here. But I don't hate the title change. I mean, it is what it is with the women's tag titles at this point.
Exactly. If
Maybe they
anything,
can get
Kabuki Warriors
something.
are the only ones that might actually defend them regularly and have good matches with them.
Well, for what it's worth, I mean, and I heard rumblings that apparently Charlotte and Bliss were actually pretty good tag champs. Apparently, they actually defended them often. They were on TV a lot.
They were. I just didn't
But I
like the
gathered it was a
tag
good reign.
team. Like, it just never,
Yeah,
they were always a weird dynamic to me. I don't know why. Like, they never meshed.
yeah. Well, maybe I'm wrong with what I've read with the perception, but it seems like this did do its job in stopping the fans from booing Charlotte. As far as I've gathered, she's
Mm-hmm.
pretty much getting the babyface pops.
Mm-hmm.
And if that was the goal of this tag team, was to get the fans back with Charlotte
That
and
is
not boo
fair.
her,
That is fair.
then all right, you did your job. But now don't put Charlotte in a singles title feud because the fans are just going to turn right away back on her.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So you earned the goodwill. Do the right thing with it. Unless the fans really will cheer Charlotte against like Jade, but I don't see that happening.
Maybe
Um,
that's the only possibility. So moving on to War Games now. So post match, we'll talk about the women's first because that's what we were just talking about. Post match, beatdown happens. The 4-on-2. Then Rhea Ripley first was Io Sky comes out. Obviously the 4-on-3 advantage, and then Rhea Ripley makes her return because she had the face mask because she broke her nose. So she makes her return, and now it's 4-on-4. Battle. To be honest with you, I wasn't even thinking about it until Rhea comes out. I'm like, oh no. And then she just takes the microphone and screams, War Games, and throws the mic down. I'm like, so you mean to tell me that these 8 women who literally have had no interaction with each other, maybe the separate feuds, but really no team up or anything, all of a sudden, all later, just like, all right, cool, 4-on-4 war games, let's do it. Fucking Kabuki Warriors, Last Legend of Nia Jax met that night, met literally 10 minutes before the fucking announcement. Rhea Ripley makes her comeback, doesn't even like Charlotte Flair. That's a whole nother thing that they had to get into with that, backstory. Like, what is happening? Why are we forcing this shit? It's so annoying. I hate it. This is War Games and Blood and Guts. The women got fucked with both. They got rushed. It doesn't make sense. I hate it.
So I need to tell you something. I promise you that this is nothing I read on the internet, like, or got it from another tweet. I felt like I was taking crazy pills when I saw these tweets and everything you just told me last week. So let's see, what's today? Today is November 13th, 2025, correct?
Yes.
Monday Night Raw was on November 10th, 2025.
Okay.
Correct?
Okay. Yes.
I want to read you a paragraph.
No.
I want to read you a paragraph. This is from the Monday Night Raw results on November 18th, 2024. Okay?
Okay, I'm listening.
Rhea Ripley heads to the ring in a protective face mask. Ripley steps up to Liv Morgan and shouts, "War Games!" And all of the women brawl and break out in the ring. Like, they did the same fucking thing 2 years in a row for women's War Games. A Rhea Ripley return wearing a protective face mask and yelling War Games. What the fuck is what? I lost my fucking mind because I was like, no, they did this shit before. I thought people were just retweeting last year.
Nope.
They did the same fucking bit.
Yep. Nope.
Insane.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep. I would say the men's arguably might be just as bad, if not worse.
Okay, so first off, before we move on, let me just read off. So right now for the women's War Games, the match is Rhea, Io, Alexa, Charlotte, and to be announced versus Nia, Lash Legend, Asuka, Kairi, and to be announced.
Oh, they're adding a fifth on each side?
Now I'm going off of Wikipedia. I'm assuming it's 5-on-5.
That's
if we're gonna assume
crazy.
If we're gonna assume 5-on-5, who do you add? I don't know who would fit in right now with the roster. You tell me.
Whoever you just want to add at this point, probably Becky and
Lyra.
Lyra,
are they not?
Maybe Bailey.
I just don't know who would work, like who would fit right now. But
Becky on the heel, Bailey on the face, but everyone's not sure if Bailey's going to be heel or face. Like, that would be the dynamic I would assume. Mm-hmm. Lyra's another possibility. I don't think you do Julia and Chelsea. I don't think you do Nikki and Stephanie. Yeah. I think Becky and Bailey might be the way to go.
All right. And we'll see. Maybe it is 4-on-4. I don't know if there's been an official match graphic you've seen yet, but just going off of Wikipedia, they have it listed as TBA.
I hope it's just 4-on-4. I mean, whatever. The 4-on-4 is terrible, so whatever.
Well, usually, I mean, someone can correct me. Besides NXT, I think all of the main roster War Games have been 5-on-5 since they started.
Okay, so yeah. So probably gonna add one on each
side.
So
I know NXT did do 4-on-4 once.
Oh, Jesus. So what's the men going to be?
So now, since we're talking about it, the men's one, as of right now, CM Punk.
Wait, do you want me to tell you how this developed?
Yeah, sure. Do that first.
Okay, so we're on Raw now. We're doing the CM Punk calling out Logan Paul for being a little bitch last week and turning on him. Logan Paul comes out and pretty much says, if you can't beat him, join him. So I not that he's with them, but he's not fighting against them kind of thing. So he's not in the Vision, but he's like on their side just for War Games pretty much. So the Vision comes out. They're about to do a 3-on-1 attack. And then Jey Uso comes in. They do the 3-on-2 attack. And then out of fucking nowhere, Cody Rhodes just decides to come out and fucking just start fighting on their side. They go to the backstage. Adam Pearce is just like, oh, you guys okay, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, we want to fight them more. He's like, well, I got an idea. Hold on a second. William Regal, do you have something to say? And William Regal comes out of fucking nowhere and just says War Games like he always fucking does now because that's all he's around for. And now we have a
Stupid.
3-on-3 War Games, and I don't know who the other 4 are. LA Knight's probably one of them. Don't know who else.
Yeah, so right now it is CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, and 2 to be announces versus Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, and 2 to be announces. Now, the betting man would say you're adding Roman on the baby side and you're adding Brock on the heel side. Those feel like the obvious ways to go, at least. Then from there, it's a matter of obviously we'll get to it with the next point. But like you said, is it LA Knight? Are you doing John Cena? Is this where you finally add Theory? Like I don't know. I don't know who else you really can. Do you throw like Solo Sikoa or some bullshit in there?
Yeah,
Like
I don't know here. This is where I really don't know because any of those guys, all they've been feuding with is the Vision. So
yeah,
the 4th and 5th Vision members, like they already had to add Logan Paul just to add Logan Paul. Like who the fuck are they gonna add for 4 and 5? I don't think you go with Austin Theory. No offense, I don't think that like moves the needle. I like Austin Theory. I just don't think him being like the mystery guy is gonna be like, oh shit, it's Austin Theory.
well, I don't even think he'd be a mystery guy. I think he would just like join the Vision, and that's how you add him to the team. I mean, look what they did with Last Legend. So
That's fair. That's fair.
That's all. That's all I'm getting at. Like they got to fill the match.
Yeah.
Unless they do 4-4, but it's typically
No, probably gonna be 5-on-5.
5-on-5. Yeah.
So that's what I was saying before with the Aleister Black stuff is that I don't think that this is gonna be a thing because now Cody Rhodes is gonna be focused on Division and War Games and stuff. So I don't know where they go.
If they wanted to capitalize, they put Aleister Black on the heel side.
I agree, and that's what I was kind of thinking. But I just
Or
don't
Drew.
know if they do that. I hope they do that, but I don't know if they would.
Or Drew, if it's just like a 1 or 2 week suspension, you could do Drew. But
Yeah,
I
I'd
don't
rather
know. I don't know
Aleister
what
Black
Sammy's-
and Drew than Brock.
Well, yeah, of course, but I mean, yeah, I feel like it's gonna be Roman and Brock. But all right, well, so we'll see how War Games goes.
Yeah. Great. I'm so
Last
excited.
up, the big one. We have two things to talk about. Tequila Tomato says it's Vince on the heel side. Okay, we'll see
That'd
about
be
that.
hilarious.
Would it though? Okay, so let's start with the second point in that slash. So Monday Night Raw kicks off.
Yeah.
I believe, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Raw kicks off with Triple H, either already in the ring or coming out because
Already in the
egomaniac.
ring. Fucking
Egomaniac
jerk.
cannot help himself.
Fucking jerk ass. I hate him.
Triple H in the ring first. You can fill in the blank. I'm assuming Cena comes out first, and then Dom comes out after that.
Yeah, Triple H does this whole blah, 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 jerking off Cena, loves Cena. Cena comes out to just, do his Boston fan stuff and talk about the tournament. And then Dom comes out to pretty much just talk shit and just say, like, he could beat him in any era at any time. And Cena's just like, tonight's not the night. Tonight's not the place. Like, I'm invincible in Boston. Don't push your luck with me. And Dom just kept going to him. I'll give Dom credit, bro. Dom looked like toe for toe, word for word. He looked like he belonged there, man. He was not nervous about the spotlight. Like, he's really developed into a great heel. It was a good segment, minus the Triple H stuff. It was a good segment. I liked it. It wasn't that long. It didn't overstay its welcome. And then Triple H kind of just said, all right, you can beat him anytime. Well, this is an era. This is a place. You got him right now. And IC match to start off Raw in Boston, which, again, however we feel about Cena, however you feel about this whole thing, we were saying how shitty it is that you don't go do a match in Boston on your final farewell tour. So he got a good match. They had a good match. I liked it a lot. And then Cena becomes, for the first time in his career, the IC champion. And now he is what I've termed the never seen 17 Grand Slam champion.
Are you done?
I am done.
Okay. Yeah, this is just stat padding. He did not need to win this. You're you already have the tournament going on. Like, shouldn't have even too little, too late. Like, okay, great. Now all the historians, all the history books get to say Grand Slam champion. Nice for them.
Mhm.
But yeah, didn't need this. There's less than a month to go now, or exactly a month actually, probably in his career, and just the waste. It's so stupid. So whatever. The whole run's been a shit show. I
I
wouldn't
do.
have done this.
So that's where I kind of differ with you. I do agree the whole run's been a shit show. I didn't mind it, because hopefully, what this does do and what it should do is have now Dom win it back, win the tournament, win it back, and be the last match, and that should put Dom over. That's what should happen now, and if that's what happens, if that's how this ends, I'm totally fine with this title win. But if he goes and like loses it to Sheamus or some shit like that, then it's even
Yeah,
worse
dude.
than what his run was gonna end. Like this will
Yeah.
make it worse. So it has to
Dude,
be. It has to go back to Dom. It has to finish like that now.
it's not. I don't think it is. I don't think Dom's getting in this tournament. I think
I think
this is just
Dom's
gonna.
definitely
Yeah,
getting in the tournament.
I don't think so. And even if he does, he's not winning it. Yeah, I don't think he's winning it.
So who?
But
So then, who do you think's winning the tournament?
excellent question, Danny. That brings me to my next point. Let's break down the tournament field so far. So, we do not have an official bracket. So, the only thing we can really do is assume kind of how Wikipedia is. Based on the order the matches are announced, that's the bracket.
Yes.
Obviously, it's probably wrong, but that's the assumption Wikipedia is making, so that's what people make.
Cool.
As of right now, we have Rusev and Damian Priest. Rusev beat Priest on Raw.
Yep.
We have Sheamus versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Hold on. Also, after Rusev beat Priest on Raw, he looked at the hard camera and said, "I see you," and then kept doing that over and over and over to John Cena.
Okay. Then we have
So
Sheamus and Shinsuke Nakamura. Sheamus beats Shinsuke to move on.
Yes.
So as of right now, assuming it's Rusev and Sheamus in the next round.
Sheamus is gonna win the IC championship, bro. That's it. Young talent that gets put over.
Awful. So awful and typical. And and that reminds me too, like apparently Cena's whole thing is like he announced that like there's gonna be like NXT showcase matches on his final grand Saturday night main event.
So that was the other
It's
thing.
cool.
Saturday night's main event is gonna be all main roster versus all NXT roster.
Which is cool. Respect to him if he did speak up and say it and made that so. But then it's also like, okay, if you got that much pull, you have the pull to determine who gets the title here. You could have not done this. So like, he's still doing certain things that aren't really cool in my book, but whatever.
I still gotta see the rest of the field before we make this decision. Again,
So
right now,
the rest
I don't
of,
think Rusev or Sheamus are winning the tournament.
Then next up we have The Miz versus Jey Uso.
Which definitely not Miz. Possibly
Miz.
Jey Uso.
It should be Miz over Jey. Everyone wants to see Miz and Cena, not to win the tournament, but like I'd rather see Miz and Cena than Cena and Uso.
Yes.
So the potential of Miz winning is more fun.
I agree.
The bracket.
But Jay's gonna be
LA, LA Knight versus To Be Announced. This is apparently
If To Be Announced is an NXT guy, LA Knight wins. If To Be Announced is an outside guy, I think the outside guy wins just to make things interesting.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it could be Joe Hendry's probably going to be in this thing.
Yeah.
Like they'll probably put. It'd be cool if they put Tease, the TNA champion, in there. That'd be neat. But and then from there, someone from AAA, like you could do Vikingo. Although cool. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if he's hurt right now. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. But
Kill Tomato. Yeah. It's not Edge. Let it go.
It's not Edge. Then we have Javon Evans versus Walter, which Walter is I would assume the favorite to win the whole damn thing. Honestly, call me crazy. I would love to see Javon Evans win the whole damn thing. Like you want Cena, you want to stick your mouth where your money where your mouth is.
Mm-hmm.
Javon Evans upsets Walter in MSG next week. Javon Evans goes on a crazy run to fight Cena and beat Cena. I think that would be amazing. Yeah. I really think that would be cool. So Yeah, I mean they'll probably still have Walter win it, but I think Javon Evans would be an excellent swerve in this tournament.
I agree.
Next up, we have Solo Sikoa versus to be announced. I think this is where you do Joe Hendry, but what do you think for TBA against Solo Sikoa?
Yeah, I feel like the Joe Hendry move would be here because no, actually,
Mm.
if if you want the outside person to, no, you're gonna let Solo win a match. So I think it's Jungle
Mm.
Boy. I think Solo's gonna win this. So it's probably gonna be like Joe Hendry or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right, and from there, we have two more matches left, four mystery spots that we have no idea who they're going to be.
Telling you, one of those gonna be
So,
Dom.
I've put together a list of people from the main roster only, and we can kind of do a quick speed run and see who we think should or should not be in the field. Um, Isles, I say no. He already fought him.
Agreed.
Braun and Bronson, I say no. Two storyline involved with other stuff right now.
Yeah, that would make sense. Maybe Braun if you're trying to do like the younger talent, but again, that would bring him too many different ways. If
Yeah,
Seth was still in charge, then Braun should be in the tournament, but no.
if you're putting Braun in there, he has to go on a run in the
Exactly.
tournament.
Yeah, he
has to
can't
go
lose
deep.
this.
Theory, I say no, but Theory, he already fought Cena semi recently, but
I
I'd say
also,
no to Theory.
if Theory's going to be coming back and joining the Vision, same. I think it's the same thing we said for Bronson
Yeah.
and Braun. But if he comes back without the Vision, then maybe this is where you do bring him back.
Yeah. Dragon Lee, probably no, unless he's going to eat a pin. But it's only
Yeah.
4 spots left, so I would say no.
Yeah.
Grayson Waller, also probably no.
Any guesses
do you
on this
agree?
list?
Well, there's only 4 spots, so it's probably better
No,
there's
I'm
not a
just
lot.
fucking around. Just fucking around.
Kofi and Woods,
Nah.
probably not. Logan Paul, probably not because he already fought him this year.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I agree with you. No.
This is where I start getting into some maybes. Penta and Ray Phoenix.
I think Penta more than Phoenix, is Phoenix also hasn't really been. Phoenix has been almost regulated to NXT.
Has he? Okay. So Penta maybe. Then Ray and Dom. I know you say yes to Dom, but Ray just came back. The potential of Ray versus Cena is huge. And have Ray going all the way, winning and fighting Cena to win the IC title from him.
I agree, but and again, I say this knowing that Sheamus and Miz and Rusev are in the tournament, but like his whole thing is supposed to be putting over someone like a little more youthful or a little more of the future. Like Ray is already a Hall of Famer.
That's his thing. Who's to say they're gonna?
No, I agree. Agreed.
Yeah.
Killer Tomato says Brock, Jinder, Goldberg, Bret Hart. Well, he already faced Brock, so Brock's definitely out.
Yes, and the other 3 are not employed.
I believe Goldberg and Bret Hart are officially retired, and Jinder is off taking steroids somewhere.
Yikes. All right, Aleister Black.
That would
he
be
might
cool.
get in there.
I would like that.
He might get in there, but I don't think he'd win. But he might get in there.
I would like that a lot.
Axiom and Nathan Frazier. They're young talents, but probably not.
Yeah, I don't see them getting in. I also haven't really seen them because
Not been
SmackDown's tag division has been a little like just with MFT and Wyatt 6 right now, so I don't really see them too much.
I think Carmelo got to get in there.
Carmelo would be a huge wasted opportunity if he doesn't get in there.
Yeah,
like he's literally the one who should win this tournament, but that's a different story.
Yeah, Ilya would be cool, but he's the champion right now, so I don't think Ilya's in there.
Yeah.
Fatu's still out hurt, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Jimmy Uso won't be in there.
No.
Gargano and Ciampa probably not. Montez would be cool, but I don't think Montez is getting in there.
Neither do I.
R-Truth. What do we think?
Oh, he's already in, he said.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's only 3 spots then.
Sorry,
all right.
Once you said his name, I forgot the backstage segment where he was like, I want to get in the tournament. They're like, you're already in the tournament. And he's like, okay, I don't want to be in the tournament anymore. And then he left, and it was very confusing.
What if he's not in anymore? All right. Okay. And then from there, Orton probably no because they already fought. And then Sammy probably not because they already fought. So in that case, R-Truth, Penta, Carmelo, and Ray. That would be my four. Assuming there's not
Replace,
somebody else not in main roster coming. I know
yeah,
you want
replace
Dom.
Ray with Dom for me, and I agree. 3 out of 4.
And again, that's assuming there's not another person coming from the outside. Right now, it's only two TBAs.
I am
Man.
afraid that out of those lists, I don't think Carmelo or Penta is going to get on. Like, I don't know why, but
Yeah, no,
more Carmelo than Penta, which is sad.
They could easily not, but
All right, that was a long
yeah,
time talking about
that's
John Cena.
yeah. But you know what though? It's a lot happened this week, and the
Yeah,
tournament's a big thing, and we haven't really talked about the bracket of the field because there hasn't been a bracket. So this is a good chance for
I
us to
can't wait
kind
to
of.
see an actual bracket. That would be nice.
I honestly don't think we're getting one till the whole first round's over or revealed
Yeah, no,
because I
100%,
don't.
because
I
that's
don't
how
think.
they're going to reshuffle and shit.
Yeah. Braun, so he can beat everyone on the menu. Yeah, you can go watch his show on USA. That's fine.
No, thank you. All
Um.
right, so we're going to
Right.
take a quick commercial break and then come back and talk
Ooh,
AEW. So please don't go anywhere.
hooray!
Hooray. And we have
We're
no
doing
music.
it, Danny.
I forgot we had no music.
Yeah, dude. I don't think Dom's getting in. Unless we didn't talk about unless like Ray like gets in and Dom takes his spot from him, like beats the shit out of him. But um, because apparently they're not doing because apparently the plan was to do Cena and Dom at Survivor Series, and they changed it and moved it up to Boston. So now it's like, okay, do you just run Cena Dom?
And we are back. Thank you for your patience. As we come back, we are going to be doing AEW now.
Hmm.
I forgot to turn off that timer. There we go.
Oh
All right.
man.
So AEW had arguably equally as big of a week as WWE. Huge stuff coming out this week. They had War Games last night, which was both were ridiculous. We're gonna get into those. So lots to talk about. We're starting off with Collision. Juice starts off with Noel and Elise, or Newell and Elise.
Yeah, so this was the big, and this just goes to show you how big of a week it's been. This happened, I think, like Thursday, like last Thursday, Friday, whatever, and like it happened so long ago, but it was one of the biggest stories that
Mm-hmm.
day. So just to recap for everybody that doesn't know, so Nixon Newell and Miranda Alizé were they were on Collision a few weeks ago with a face-to-face against Ty J, and they challenged them to a match. And then the next week, instead, they fought Megan Bain and Marina Shafir, got squashed in a few minutes, and then apparently it wasn't announced. But then this past week on Collision, it was supposed to be Miranda and Nixon against Ty J, and the word is the match was only supposed to be 3 minutes long, and they weren't happy about that. They said that it wouldn't help anybody to do a match of that, for that long for them, and pretty much that they didn't want to do it. And AEW told them, okay, that's fine. You guys can go home. You can leave,
You can
and they
peace.
left. And it caused a whole big thing where Miranda Alizé pretty much went on Twitter, on social media, and ran her mouth and retweeted and tweeted a whole bunch of fans complaining about it, and not a good look. And then Nixon then went on Twitch with Miranda and released a statement pretty much saying it's not as serious or deep as everyone's saying. Miranda's sitting there the whole time being quiet and rolling her eyes. So clearly she doesn't agree with Nixon. Nixon's just trying to do damage control.
Nixon still wants that
So
contract.
yeah, but at this point, I don't think she's getting it. And
No.
she also came out and said she only has 1 year left wrestling. I don't know if you caught that one. Um, Apparently a year ago she said she only had 2 years left, and now she's like, "Well, we're halfway in, so I only have 1 year left in my career." But clearly, no one's gonna put contract on her or faith in her to build anything. So I think she's just done.
Yeah,
Um,
this whole thing
what
just
do you?
reeks of them
Yeah,
being done. I think, respectfully, if that was the issue, if it's 3 minutes, man, take it. Like, sorry, it's a big week for them with Blood and Guts. You gotta understand what the time constraint is.
Mhm.
You're not under contract, it unless you were meant to be squashed in 3 minutes, and even then, do the job if you want the contract. Like, that's just what it comes down
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, because if you're halfway in the know with the with the AEW stories and what they're doing right now, like clearly there's a women's tag title thing
Yeah,
going on. You're there to put them over. Blood and Guts is coming up. You're there to put those teams over.
like
Like earn
understand
it, earn your
understand the role
keep.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, also, no
So
offense, and I think that's also why she's doing damage control. Like, Nixon's just coming off like major injuries, so like she's also got to prove herself for a while. Miranda, I don't know her story, but like if you're gonna team with Nixon the entire time, you gotta understand that you guys are not proven talent. People do like you. That doesn't mean you're proven talent.
yeah, Nixon was, but Miranda's not, and they're a package deal, and
Yeah,
that's the problem. So I think at this point they've shot themselves in the foot. I
agreed.
think they'll do wonders in TNA in a few months,
Yeah,
probably.
great.
Um, but yeah, at this point, like she's got a year left. She's made it clear she only has a year left. Tony might bring them back once just to kind of like show like, hey, it's not that serious, but they're never gonna get a deal
No,
or anything like that.
no, I don't think so.
So
All right.
yeah, unfortunate. But all right, moving on to Collision as a whole. I thought Collision was excellent this
Oh, it
week.
was so good this week. I really enjoyed it. Like, top to
And it was
bottom, I really enjoyed it.
and it was a pre-tape, but there was no filler. There
Mm-hmm.
was maybe one squash match, and I think it was the Ty J
Mm-hmm.
squash match, oddly enough, which didn't even go 3 minutes, by the way. It went like I think a minute and a half.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
didn't
they
even go the
definitely
full.
changed more plans since it wasn't those two.
Yeah, it didn't go the full time. But I wanted to first bring up this match: FTR versus the Bang Bang Gang. We had Dax and Cash against Juice and one of the Guns. Stopwatch Jones over here. Yep. And yeah, I love the match. It was a great match. But I think the most important thing is that the Bang Bang Gang won the match, which
Mm-hmm.
was huge for them. Much needed. The crowd cared. They reacted accordingly, which is great. And I think it sets it up for when FTR win the belts at Full Gear, because I think now you have a tag team that pinned them,
Yeah.
along with Jet Speed, who pinned them a few months ago.
Yep.
So I really feel like we're getting FTR as the tag champs at Full Gear. But what do you think about all that?
Jay DeFalco 7 Jones.
Wow.
No, I
Oh,
love the match. I love the win. Obviously, I thought FTR was going to win because they're trying to build, because I thought they were going to be building them up. But I love that Bang Bang Club got the win here. They needed the win. They've been rebuilding the whole group, and this kind of thing catapults them to the top of the line, which is really good. It was a really good match too. So like, I enjoyed the whole thing as just pretty much but all the segments, including what FTR did on Dynamite, which I don't know if you want to bring it up now or later, but even the FTR segment on Dynamite, it was just like fun.
We can talk about it now. Yeah.
Yeah. So for those of you that didn't see on Dynamite, we were supposed to have Flair and Steamboat show up, but only Steamboat came out and had a nice interaction with FTR where he was trying to like kind of, give him some praise and stuff, and they just doing their thing, tore them down until Brodito made the save to help them out. I don't know what happened to him, but it looked like he had popped a little blood vessel in his eye because he already had like a red eye, Steamboat. So like whenever
Who?
Huh?
I was gonna say who. I didn't know what you were talking about.
So like I don't know.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I noticed it right before like all the physicality started. I was like, oh, his eyes are already messed up. Like I hope people don't think that's because of whatever happens right now.
I didn't catch that.
It was another good segment with them. I'm very curious what happened to Ric Flair though. I know you said he showed up before, but
yeah, he came out. So those of you that don't know, he came out before the show, not for TV, but just for the crowd. Cut a promo on the stage and walked away. I mean, either he wasn't medically cleared to get physical, or he just didn't want to get physical. Maybe he was just like, I don't want to take a bump or look weak or look like a schmuck. I don't know. But either way, he was there. He came out, but he wasn't on TV. So probably for the best though. The less Flair, the better.
Yeah, I wasn't upset by it. And I love Steamboat, so I wasn't upset by it at all.
Yeah, no, for sure. All right, next up we have Ace Austin versus Kyle Fletcher. This was a match for the TNT title. So a nice defense for Fletcher. Great match. And I thought Austin looked really great. I think this is the first match where because he hasn't had a lot of matches, but I think this was the best he's looked so far. He was motivated out there. I think he was comfortable, and again, the crowd was reacting to them, which means Bang Bang Gang is over as an act. They care about them, so hopefully Tony is taking notice of that. It gives them something going forward. But yeah, I love the match, and I think I'm really curious what happens with Fletcher with Full Gear and Briscoe. But yeah, because I mean, right now Fletcher I feel like is still in the midst of his title reign, but
I think he has to lose it at full. I mean, I don't know, man. He's like having a great reign, but we talk about it all the time where short title reigns are okay, or shorter title reigns are okay, and just Briscoe's been building up for this for a while. I think he just kind of earned it and deserved it at this point. But the Austin Fletcher match I really liked. It was a great match to kind of start off the show. Really good action to start off the show, and I agree with you. I was saying that I think that's the best Austin has looked since he's been in AEW, and like I'm starting to get his vibe a little more. The whole card thing was funny, like how he had the card and then threw it up and then just couldn't do his finisher. But like it's interesting, it's different, so I like it.
Oh yeah, that's been his thing. That's cool. But he's a little dude, he's small too.
Yeah,
but
he is.
Little stocky, little big dude. He's jacked up though, so yeah, good signing though from Tony. And apparently, only one of 8 signings this year. I don't know if you knew that. Like he hasn't signed a lot of people. Only 4 women and 4 men.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, not a lot of people. But I mean, it's smart after like how many people he signed. If you go back and look how many he signed, it's like probably triple in like 2 years prior. But yeah.
All right.
All right.
Advantage battles all through
moving
Collision.
On. Yep, this was probably why Collision was so good. There was a good focus on the episode where there was purpose behind a lot of the matches.
Yeah.
So after those two, and then the Anna Ty squash, we had Jamie Hayter versus Sky Blue, and we had Tekla versus Harley Cameron. Hayter beat Sky Blue. Solid match between them, good stuff. And then we had Tekla beating Harley Cameron, which at that point was probably a little bit predictable, but still, I think those were both good matches all around.
Harley looked really good in that match, though. I think, and this is starting to see like Harley develop more and be more comfortable in the ring. But Harley, I think, looked really, really good. That and in Blood and Guts.
Yeah, and I think that's a compliment to Tekla too, being in there with her and just like letting her kind of lead the match in that style. They work together really well.
Yeah.
I think also because in that case, Harley was the bigger wrestler in terms of size, and usually Harley's like kind of on par with them. She's kind of like not lanky, but she's a taller woman compared to some of the others. So it was nice to have somebody in there that was like smaller, I think, to work with and move around. And yeah, Hayter and Blue, they fought before, but both solid matches.
Yeah.
Which gave the gave the heels the advantage for Blood and Guts. Um, and then we had the main event, which was Roddy versus Mox, which was a shocker, a pleasant
Did
shocker
not
for
see
me. I
it
don't know
coming, man. That was
about
awesome.
you, but after their trilogy of matches, this one ends again with a count out. So another non-finish after the DQ and what was the other one? No, the other one was with Kyle. I
No, I
think
was
that
gonna
was it.
say the Kyle. I think it was Kyle that had the 2 matches. This is Roderick's first match with him, right? Or is it
Oh
second?
yeah. I'm probably no. The first one was the DQ. I thought that was Roddy. Either way, you're probably right. It probably was Kyle.
Pretty
But
sure it's Kyle both times.
yeah, no, you're probably right. Either way, this was excellent. It was still a great non-finish to kind of help tell the story they're telling with Moxley, and Strong to get the win via countout to get the advantage for the baby faces, thanks to Darby holding Mox's foot from under the apron to
Yeah,
save him.
that
So,
was
and
hilarious.
again, crowd reacted, crowd cared, especially a pre-tape after 4 hours. Like that's when you know you got a good crowd and a good show.
Yep.
They reacted appropriately. So great stuff. What'd you think?
Yeah, I think all the matches are good. I think it was again, and you called it. This is the decline of Moxley, just losing another match, regardless of how he lost. Just another loss where he couldn't get the win, and it's really good stuff, man. Like that story, this new story for Death Riders is developing really well. I'm so interested in it,
Yeah, dude.
and this is how you do
So
it, Bloodline. You fucking idiots. Anyway, moving on.
So that brings us to anything else from Collision before we move on?
Nope.
Okay. So that brings us to Dynamite. Blood and Guts, all 2.5 hours plus. Featured 3 matches, and we had just one segment, which we already talked about, the FTR Steamboat segment. Yeah, we kicked off with the women.
No surprise.
Yeah, we expected it. It's unfortunate. Obviously, taking away everything we talked about with the build and the booking and whatever. Um, both of these matches delivered, but the women's
Yes.
one was amazing. I thought props to whoever booked these matches and like kept everybody busy and at least enough where it wasn't obvious people were just laid out. Like there was always someone doing something else in the background. Um, but I'll let you go first. What were your thoughts with the women's Blood and Guts specifically? Anything in
So,
particular?
so that's what we specifically talked about last week, and I think I had mentioned it where I was like, I at this point I don't care about the build anymore. They did what they did. I just hope no one's just kind of sitting around because there's so many people in the ring, and it didn't. They spread themselves out really well. I love the spot, and they did different spots. I love the spot. The stomping on glass and kick it to the chest with Chef's Kiss. Yeah, that was ridiculous spot. I enjoyed where I believe it was Julia and Tekla, if I remember correctly, or maybe it was someone else. Maybe it was
Climbing through the
climbing
cage to
through
the
the
outside.
cage thing. I think that was
Yeah,
so cool, so interesting. Only
that
the
was
women
dope.
can really do that because they're small enough to fit through there. So that was great.
Mhm.
I loved Mercedes coming in and just giving all her championships out and using all those as weapons. Like, what?
Mhm.
Why not? They're all out there. Use them, and they were laying in those shots, man. Like they were
Oh,
using them like It was
there
brutal.
were there were some. I feel like Megan Bain in particular. I was like, Megan, like realize what you're doing.
Chill
Stop.
out,
Like
right? Yeah, that
you're
was the
hitting them like
first I was thinking.
you're hitting them in the face. I think she hit Harley in the face with like the side plate at one point. It was like a
Bro,
whip, and I was like, no.
crazy.
And then there was the part where Megan like threw the chair at Hater when Hater had the trash can over,
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
chucked it at her in the corner. They were doing some crazy
Yeah,
stuff, man. Where
I
I was just
agree.
like, I don't know, like the craziest spot for me the whole match was when Mercedes was just chucking them out of the cage onto the stairs.
Oh
Like
yeah.
Hater and Stat in particular were just like going face first into the
Yep.
steps, and like I don't
They
know
were
why
just
they
like
thought that was a good idea.
a hater allegedly has some chipped teeth. I would not be surprised by that. That makes a lot of
Honestly, it
sense.
it probably happened when she got thrown out of the cage
Yeah.
because like I like that they put that little extension by the way on the outside for the cage.
Yep.
But doing that made the cage be a little elevated. No one tripped luckily, but like doing that spot where you had that cage there, it didn't give them the like they all tripped over that cage kind of to go on the outside.
Yeah.
So that was wild that part
It
for
was
me.
crazy. Um,
Um
the Sky Blue bled
oh,
more than she should have, bro.
God
There
bless.
was no way. I don't
Love it.
know if that was on purpose or accidental, but whatever spot she took, she bled. I mean, crazy bad to the point where we were even saying it. They definitely had to pull her to the side and make sure she wasn't like delirious from losing too much blood or whatever. Like that was crazy.
She was. I think she probably did get dizzy. She was laid out for a while
Yeah,
with Paul Turner kind of tending to her after the table didn't break on that one spot.
yeah.
They were
I
laid
can't wait
out
to
for
talk
a
about
while.
the men's match with the tables.
Um,
To see the growth in Sky Blue and Bane is wild. Yeah, I agree. Bane,
Bane looked
Blue
good.
more than Bane. I think Blue's growth has been a lot more
Well,
because she's also been around
yeah.
a little bit longer, so you just see
Oh,
that growth
true,
more.
but I do think Bane looked really good in that match. Like she looked
Yes.
comfortable, like just in that environment. So Sky we knew, but Bane for me has my attention. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. I think she just stepped up, so that was really good.
it was awesome.
Um,
And then the end, man, where like that is like some of these matches when they do that, it's like, all right, you're not gonna really like be that upset by it, but like those are the two you play the emotion on with Tony and Mina, where you're just like, if anyone's
mm,
gonna be like emotionally drained from that kind of situation, it's gonna be these two that literally like we lost everything but each other. We're the only two that we're the only two here for each other. That's the only thing left.
yeah.
And now you're gonna try to like destroy her love. Like it's crazy. It was so good. Such a good
So
match.
I love Tony running into the mirror. By the way, the glass mirror. That
Bro,
was awesome.
what a
That was,
spot that was. That
that
was
was
wild.
that was pretty sick. Trying to think any other spots. If there's any other spots,
There's
chat.
so
Let us
many
know
more
if we're
that we
missing
probably
them.
missed.
By all means, throw them out there. I'm a little surprised. Willow seemed like she kind of disappeared. If I had to pick, like out of 12 women that were in there, Willow kind of disappeared in the match. I
I
feel
feel like
like by the
Willow had
end.
a strong opening, and then once it filled in, she disappeared a little bit until we got to
Yeah,
the Statlander little spot, and then after that, she kind of disappeared again.
yeah. But yeah, overall, I mean, I thought it was a great. I mean, I like that they gave Amanada and Ford like a little moment.
Yeah, that was nice.
Just a little something because they were
What
supposed to be in there.
what really stands out for the Willow thing, by the way, since you mentioned it, was that when they were chucking all the women out of the ring and stuff,
Yeah.
if you notice, the only ones left in the ring were Tony, Mina, and Willow wasn't really like featured. Like you would even think
Yeah.
like they would be like, oh, they took Willow out, so now it's just Tony and Mina. Like they didn't even show anything with Willow there
That's
too.
kind of what I'm saying. Like, usually you give each woman like the spot. You're like, all right, they're kind of out for a while. Willow, I don't feel like never got that moment unless I'm forgetting the spot.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
also the bed of nails was pretty dope
Oh,
with
that was
Stat
awesome. Yeah,
for Shafir. By the way, Shafir, please, new theme song. Get rid of that shit.
it was so bad.
It's not new. It's the same theme song she's had for years, but it sucks. Please
It's
get rid
the
of it.
worst. It's so bad.
Especially because they picked that music to play for the end,
Oh my
which I
god.
get by design because having Marina get the decision technically
Yeah.
is kind of counteracting what happens later on, so I'm okay with it. But yeah, I loved it because you had everyone played their role. You had the triangle, the three of them holding Tony.
Mm-hmm.
You had Marina doing the move. And then Bane was just kind of like, okay, fine, I'm here. I'm going to hit. I'm going to hit.
So beat
And
the
then,
shit out of her.
and then everyone's celebrating. And then Mercedes, who also won, by the way, is just laid out on the outside of the table. So I thought it was a perfect usage of everybody in that moment. So
And that also makes sense because Mercedes had no rush to get in the ring, so like they were playing that whole thing where like Mercedes is the odd man out, like she really doesn't belong on this team. She's just here because it's an all-star match or whatever. So no, I think it worked out really well. All the storylines.
yeah, a home
It was
run.
a great match.
Great women's blood and guts.
Yep.
Great setting the standard. The only thing I hope is I just hope this doesn't become now we have to do a men's and a women's every year. Like just do one.
It's
I
that's what it's gonna
know,
be.
but like just for the sake
Just like
of
they
just
do in
not
men's
being
and
like,
women's war games, they gotta do both now.
yeah, that's my point. Like don't be WWE. Just pick and don't do it in November every year because of Survivor Series. Like just
Yeah,
do it
that's the one thing
natural.
I do think they had changed because like even
Yeah.
though Blood and Guts is better than War Games, I both of them at the same time is just too much. I don't like it. 'Cause
Yeah.
then you
Just do
compare
it when it's
them and
natural. That's all I'm saying. But make it a natural time of year.
yeah,
Because like I texted you, I missed that they didn't do the the double ring battle royal this year.
mm-hmm.
Like I enjoyed
I
those
love
when you had
those.
like the winner from one ring, the winner from another ring, then meet. Like that's a cool thing you can only do once a year.
Yeah,
You couldn't do it now because you're doing this. Granted, you could have done it if you didn't do the other stuff, but I digress.
I was gonna say the
Um,
Page and Hobbs and the segment put together would have probably given you that match.
You could have done it. Either way, now we move on to Page versus Hobbs. This was a false count anywhere match, which I wouldn't have done when you have two really hardcore matches going on. I would have kind of done a palate cleanser, but whatever. So false count anywhere, Page versus Hobbs. I thought this was fun. I thought it was a good match, a strong match. Again, crowd loves Page. He's hot, so he's over. He got the win. I thought the one backdrop off the table, like rest in peace, Hobbs' spine. That was brutal when he just landed right on his tailbone. He like bounced off.
Yeah,
but,
that was scary, man. I saw my hip breaking again.
Yeah, it was rough. But hopefully he's okay. He's doing all right from that.
Mhm.
Probably not. Hopefully he got some ice to put on that thing. But yeah, I liked all the interactions in the crowd though. So at least it wasn't in the ring a lot. It was in the crowd a bunch doing the spots like the moonsault off.
Yeah, that's what made me happy with it. When you do a false count anywhere and you don't go all around the arena, it really I think is a waste for me. So I think this was a good false count anywhere where like it was just my favorite, and I just thought of it right now. Still one of my favorite false count anywhere matches was the WrestleMania 10 between Savage and Crush. I don't know if you've ever seen that, and if you haven't, I might make you do that as a throwback match.
I have. Yeah, I've seen every Mania, so I've seen that.
Oh, that's
one.
right. Yeah. So that was always an interesting like concept where you had to get the pin, but beat like the 10 count back or whatever. Or, like it was good. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Also, I just gotta say, like, probably one of the funniest finishes I've ever seen in AEW. Like, I lost it because all right, so Hobbs is on the ledge or whatever out of the ring. Page takes his boot off, runs slowly down the stairs towards Hobbs, jumps up to hit Hobbs with the boot. Hobbs falls onto the table. The lights start flickering, like the power went out, and everyone's popping for it. I laugh though at the freaking what's supposed to be the metal like case, production truck case, clearly made out of like cardboard or paper.
Oh yeah, just
as a prop. Just flies up and just flops down like bloop, little lightly next to Hobbs on the table. It's just so obviously fake and like painted. I lost it. It was the funniest
so funny.
fucking thing.
I didn't even
It
notice
was
that. That's hilarious.
Oh, please go back and watch the spot with Hobbs falling.
I will,
and you'll see it. It's like a little, it's like a cardboard box, just like whoop, but it's supposed to be painted like it's one of those like hundreds of pounds, like little like production trunks they move around. It was so good.
So
oh
funny.
My god,
that's hilarious.
I loved it.
Then after the match, we had Samoa Joe and Shibata attack Page. They brought down. Well, they were in the process of bringing down the War Games cage to lock him in to really do damage. And then you had Eddie Kingston and new Leather Jacket Hook coming out and making the save.
Upgrade.
Which, makes Samoa Joe and Shibata retreat. And then Adam Page says, "You want me in a cage? Just ask, buddy." And now their match is a steel cage match for the World Championship, which I'm going to enjoy so much. How'd you like that?
It's going to be
second segment.
It's going to be great. I do have to ask you, though, does this make you believe any more or less that Joe has a shot at beating him now?
No.
Perhaps?
No, I still think Page wins.
Okay. Because, I mean, I feel like you have to at least entertain it, but I am kind of with you that Page does hold on, but yeah, because again, after this, then you have to ask, okay, so like, does the feud continue all the way to World's End? Like, what does Page do now in between Continental Classic? So... yeah, I don't know.
I think you need the next man up, like who's just going to feud with him next. Because like, you had a good feud with Joe. There's no point in extending to World's End because then you have Joe lose 3 in a row like that. You can't even justify giving him the third match really at that point.
Well, that's that's why I'm kind of saying like maybe you have to entertain the idea. That's all. But that's coming up in a week or so. All right, that's fine. Next up, we got the main event. The men's blood and guts. This clocked in at just under an hour, folks.
Was crazy.
This was a long one, and this was less people than the women's, and it still went longer. Again, where to begin? I'll let you start. Thoughts, and by the way, chat, you as well. Any spots or moments you want to talk about that maybe we don't bring up? Roman, chat now. Go for it. Men's Blood and Guts.
Oh,
What do you think?
men's blood and guts. I mean, I'm trying to
Hmm.
process it now, and all I want to do is talk about the ending because I just love the way it ended. But I found it interesting that Claudio didn't start it for
Hmm.
the heel team. I feel like he has in the past, and he's just kind of like the workhorse. So I like that it was Yuta. I like that it was Garcia. I like that they kind of showcased the younger guys more and gave them like more to do with that. Darby made sense to start off. That was always great. The I'm not crazy, and you tell me how you feel about it. I'm not crazy about the taser spot. I don't think it's really like, eh, like whatever they call it. I don't think they call it a taser. I think they call it a stun gun or whatever. I'm not
Cattle prod or
cattle prod.
something.
That's what I think I was gonna say. Yeah, I don't know why. I just not a crazy fan of that spot particularly, but like everything else that they were doing is pretty good. I found it. I liked the Briscoe part. You kind of could tell that storyline. That's a classic storyline. Your
Hmm.
main babyface gets hurt out of the match, but wait, he comes back at the end and helps rally the troops or whatever. What I found hilarious with his comeback, I don't know if you noticed it, is when he went to go do the bolt cutter on the chain. I guess whoever put the chain on didn't put it on properly, and the chain just fell off. Like he didn't actually break the lock. The chain itself came off one side, and the door just kind of opened from there. I thought that was just so funny.
I wasn't really sure. It happened so quick. I thought maybe, but it didn't. It looked fine enough where I was like, all right, he probably did break it off. So
Yeah,
yeah,
like
I
it,
don't
like
know.
the only reason I noticed is because he specifically was going after the lock itself, and the chain
Mhm.
is what came off. And I was like, you weren't trying to break the chain. Why did the chain just pop off like that?
Yeah.
So that was the only part that I
Um.
wasn't too crazy about. Um,
Okay.
but the rest of the
So
match,
just to
I thought was really
yeah.
good.
Yeah, so I agree with you. I thought the match was another home run. I thought it
Mm-hmm.
was very well booked and paced. I love that they actually were bringing attention
Mm-hmm.
to the order that the Death Riders were coming out. So obviously that was a point of contention that we were supposed to know for the story of like why Amox isn't first, why Claudio is here, why are they doing this? It's supposed to bring in the doubt, and that kind of explains why they lost. It's a bad game plan. So
Yeah,
if it
yeah.
was Mox's game plan, they could say that was your plan to do. I like this. I like the touch with Mark. It helped with the, like you said, the tension building up to it. Um, and I'm trying to think what else. There's so much, but
Did you
I'm just trying
notice?
to not.
Did you notice the
Yeah.
one spot So Roddy came out and was doing a bunch of backbreakers for a bunch of guys. He went to go do because and I noticed because he kind of flubbed it up a little bit, and then even on the delivery, I think he hurt Garcia. But he went to go
Of
do like a
Underhook.
backbreaker for with Yuta onto Garcia, and it looked like he landed on his face. And I was like, oh
Oh,
shit, that looked bad.
yeah, yeah. No, I noticed it. But I didn't think too much of it. But just to go back to you, that's what I want to say. Your cattle prod taser spot. I didn't mind it or hate it. I mean, it wasn't. It was so quick. It got packed in like the elbow or something, and that was it. Like they didn't really make it a whole.
Well, just that they've been doing it a lot more lately. I don't know. Like as a weapon, I just enjoy weapons that like you're gonna hit someone with or whatever. Like a little like meh taser thing is just kind of I don't know. It's kind of
Yeah,
weird to me. I'm not a fan
I
of
don't
it.
know.
What I
Yeah,
am a fan of,
yeah.
which is gross in my opinion, is that fork spot with Moxley just
Ooh,
coming out, stabbing a bunch
going
of
to
people.
Kyle.
He got Kyle good, man. Kyle
Ooh.
was sky blue level bleeding that night. It was pretty disgusting.
Yeah, it was great though. I like the fork spot. He did it
Yep,
to Kyle. You got Roddy a little bit.
yep,
I think he got Darby in the back.
yep. He like
Which
scratched Darby's back with it. It was
yeah.
so
I
gross.
Yeah, everybody looked great. I loved stapling Orange Cassidy's hands
Oh,
in
I
the
was about to
pockets.
bring that one up. That was such a good one too.
That was awesome.
That was
Um
so different. I love when it's different. I love when it's stuff we haven't
yeah.
seen. It's so
Hmm.
funny. And then
I like
even Orange like breaking out of it, like that was a cool little like let's go, like that's a hype up spot. I love
yeah.
it.
Mark and Yuta on top of the cage was always fun.
Yes.
Nobody really took the off the cage spot, which is fine. You don't have to do it every time. But they did the J Driller up there on the chairs. I like bringing the chairs up with the rope. That
That
was
was
cool.
cool. Yeah, the little hook.
Um,
Um,
mhm,
Speaking of the tables, though, none of
mhm,
those tables were breaking at the end of that match. That was pretty
mhm.
crazy. They kept trying to put people through tables, and they just kept bouncing off them. I think, was it Garcia? No, it might have been one of the baby faces. I forgot who. Someone got thrown. It might have been Garcia. He got thrown into the table, and since it didn't break, he just like kind of like landed on his head almost. I was like, oh my god, like this is getting
He hit
worse.
it. He hit it and just like slid down head first
Yeah.
onto it. Yeah, it was pretty great.
And then the
Um,
Claudio spot, Darby and OC were like, all right, we're both gonna just put him through now because he didn't go through the first time, and they do like a double spear through the table there. Like I thought that
I
was a
I
great
love
adjustment.
I loved the swing with Orange doing the chokehold. I thought
Yeah, that looks
that was
so
really cool.
so boss. He looks so strong doing that. That was dope.
Um, Yo, even in the women's match, poor Sky. Is that a late comment that came in? I didn't see that until now.
I think
Sorry.
he was talking about when with the Kyle O'Reilly blood.
Oh, okay.
That's what I
Maybe
think.
I missed that. Those
Oh,
tables
those
were fucked.
tables. Oh, the tables.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the
Sky didn't go.
tables and
Yeah,
yeah,
we were saying that before. Sky didn't go through one of those tables. Like that was rough. Those
Mhm.
table spots were like reinforced almost. They were so bad.
Yeah. They brought him in from overseas, I guess, from England. Um.
And
Oh man,
then
and
the
then
finish.
of course the finish. So let's start with Darby and the flame table off the
Yes.
top of the stage. Perfect spot. Gabe Kidd coming out, by the way,
So
out of
good.
nowhere, helping to set up that spot, and then just it was lit perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
It perfect timing. He went through it perfect. He got a little fire on his shorts. They got that. Luckily, they had towels laid out. He rolled
Yeah,
over
they
the
rolled right
towels.
through that, so that was great.
It was good. I mean, safe as you could be,
Yes.
and it looked awesome.
Yeah.
What more can you ask for?
No, that was a
Great
great
spot.
spot from it. I was just like, oh shit! Like they're once I started the live through, I was like, let's go. Like this hasn't been done in a while. I love it. It was
Oh,
really well done.
dude, and they got me good because they built it so well. Like once Darby that happened to Darby, I was like, shit, they're gonna lose. Death Riders are gonna pull it off, and they telegraphed they got everything. Everyone was in their right spot, doing their
Exactly.
right things
Yep.
at the right moment, with like building up like the bulldog and then the ankle lock, and then wrestlers getting taken out through tables. Like I really like the build up, like, the build up of like the comeback with
So
all the
the
baby faces.
so
I was like,
really
if they
quick,
don't win
the
now,
only reason I knew that they weren't going to lose after that Darby spot was because they almost were going to do a repeat of the Tony Mina thing, and I didn't think they would end it twice like that. So once they were
I
beating up
thought
Roddy and holding Kyle, I was like, they're not going to end it like this. Like they just did that. There's no way they're going to end it like this again.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I was like, no, they did the same spot. There's
Yeah.
no way.
Jada
Jay
Falco
says
said,
the
go
crowd.
ahead.
Yep. The crowd, the last 90 seconds was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ate it up. They
Bro,
ate it up because
I was on
they
the edge
felt
of
it
my seat,
coming.
like literally. I was like, "Oh my god! Oh, roll through, Bulldog. This is
And
crazy.
then
Like, let's keep fucking going."
to give that moment to Kyle, and then to drag Mox through the glass like
Yeah,
that, and Mox's selling of it,
yeah.
and him like looking around for somebody, anybody, and no one's there to help him, and just perfect. And then like so
That's
great for them to give Kyle the moment there.
That's what it
Too.
should have looked like against Darby though in the I Quit match, and that's where like it didn't have the same effect because you didn't see the glass like you saw with Kyle, so it looked like he was more swimming in that match, like we talked about before, than actually like in
Yeah.
pain. Here he looked
Yeah.
like he was in pain with the glass, like it was great. And
Mhm.
then even when he tapped, and then like after the throw, he like held his hand because he realized he tapped in glass, so he's like holding his hand and selling that. It was so well towed. I really love
And
it. And then
I like, yeah.
go ahead.
No, see, there's a quick moment where they didn't show it that well, but they got it on the TV where like Garcia was kind of like a little bit in the background looking at Mox after the loss,
Hmm.
and like you can just see the like he tapped,
Yeah.
like you can see the look of disappointment and like failure there, and it's so good. Oh man, and they didn't do the turn yet.
Nope.
Didn't happen.
And going
So
off what you
yeah,
were saying earlier, now you have pretty much the Death Riders who did their job by getting the advantage in the. Oh no, I'm sorry. The other two did their job. Moxley's kind of messing up. Mina did her job earlier in the night. Moxley doesn't do his job now. So you're having everyone in the Death Riders kind of, kind of doing great stuff, and then you had their leader just over and over and over again failing. It's so well told. It's really going well. Like it's going good.
Just a matter now. Do you do it at full gear? Do you stretch out this tension till World's End? Is the end of the year?
I think it
So
depends on, I guess, who his opponent. Like, so where do you go next from here? You obviously on Dynamite now, maybe Collision, because sometimes they have their backstage stuff on Collision, but more probably on Dynamite that you have at least a small confrontation, like at least something being like, I can't believe you tapped, or what happened there, like some doubt that's starting to get like outwardly spoken.
I don't think they go all Judgment Day with it. Pardon the use of a better word. I don't think there's gonna be talks like that and like the obvious tension. I think it's all just gonna simmer until it explodes and happens.
Interesting.
I don't think they're gonna do that. There may be looks, but I think it's gonna be like long dialogues of like, oh well, you did that. That comes after. So
So then,
yeah,
what do you do next with Moxley? Do you
so
try to get revenge on Kyle?
So the first thing I would probably do for full gear is you do conglomeration versus Death Riders, maybe a 6-man, and maybe you don't have Mox in there and you have them beat the conglomeration to get like a win back. Because yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Mox wrestles next week, or if he does, it's an 8-man tag. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Right now, I would say Mox doesn't wrestle full gear, and you probably do Garcia, Yuta, Claudio, and Pac versus Orange, O'Reilly, Strong, and someone else. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. And then Continental Classic comes along. Who knows who's in there? Maybe Mox is in there and goes 0-6. You know what I mean? We didn't even talk about that on
I
Tuesday
really
or
hope
Monday.
Mox is not in there. Like, I don't think Mox should be in the Continental, but we'll see. I really hope he's not in
Yeah.
there.
Whew. That's a
All right.
lot, Danny.
So much. What a huge week in wrestling.
Whew.
I really enjoyed a lot of wrestling this week, though. I'm not gonna lie. I know Raw, from a lot of stuff you read, wasn't your cup of tea, but like watching Raw, it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it a lot. SmackDown was hit or miss, depending on what you liked. Collision was one of the better collisions I think we've seen in a while, top to bottom. And both Blood and Guts matches delivered. Adam Page and Powerhouse delivered. I'm really excited about, what is it, World's End next? No. Yes. No.
Full gear. Full gear.
Full gear.
Week.
I'm really excited about full gear next week. You know why? You just said World's End before, and I'm like, wait, what's before World's End? I know there's something.
Yeah, it's full gear. Yeah.
So, like, full gear, I think, is shaping up to be pretty good, even though they haven't really announced a lot of matches so far. So we're about to get like a dump of matches, I think, this week. Obviously, because it's in a week. But yeah, we'll see. I'm excited to see where they kind of go from here. Because even though AEW's being a little boring, this last like 2 weeks, or at very least this last week, has started to pick it up a little bit. So maybe now they're gonna, with Continental Classic coming, they're gonna go on the uptick. You have the FTR stuff brewing well, so like they have some stuff in place that they can start like hitting on all cylinders again.
Yeah. So let me give all of you watching still with us. Thank you, by the way, for sticking with us. We know usually this is an hour, and we know we went a little over, but there's a lot to talk about. And just to share, the next 2 weeks, we are only going to be doing one episode a week for the next 2 weeks. We will only be live on Monday nights at 7:00. We will be doing Last Point Standing shows on both of those nights. So on Monday night, we will be doing full gear predictions. And then the week after will be full gear recap and Survivor Series predictions. And that will wrap up the rest of November. And then once we get into December, we're going to do part 2 of the worst merchandise ever.
Yes.
We know that was a huge fan favorite last time. So we're going to do part 2 of that. We're going to have the Juicy 50, which I mentioned on Tuesday, which will be me doing my top 50 wrestlers of the year.
Ready that night.
And then we will also be doing World's End predictions in the end of December. And we will have the Shooty Awards, which is our year-end awards where Danny and I each pick our favorites and worst of the year. So there's a little room for other stuff, but that's essentially the rest of the year coming up. And then the first episode of 2026, we will be doing our Crystal Ball episode, where we're going to look back and see how good we did predicting stuff for 2025. And then we will make our predictions for 2026. So we're pretty booked up for the next like month and a half now. So we got some fun stuff coming your way, though. It's going to be good stuff. So definitely tune in.
So see you guys on Monday. Don't forget to give us a sub if you can. 7:00 Monday. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Peace out. A Town Down.
No.